2 sugars is fine. What do you mean mics are hot during transitions? Oh, oh man, can't get much closer than that. A photo finish with Gaze of Bess going into Bess's Grail. Uh, what do you think about that one, Bryden?
Yeah, that was a pretty close game, but overall, I think King Best definitely needs a buff if he can't even beat a troll character like Best Pool. I don't have any ideas for buffs since I don't play King Best at all, but all I know is he desperately needs one. But moving on from that, we have a game 3 of one of the most riveting matchups to ever grace Unmatched, Dr. Sattler versus T-Rex. Very similar to Wukong versus Sinbad, bryden versus Ghost Rider, and Electra versus everyone. Darkblade, what are your thoughts on how this is going to go?
Well, as we know, the win rate for Dr. Sattler got to such a point in this matchup that the TOs thought that something needed to be done in order to make it not such a prevalent stomp in competitive play. And so that's why, as most of you will be familiar here, the Sattler player must play with their monitor off. And so in this matchup, since Taylor's on the Sattler side, we're going to see him with the monitor off. He won't be able to see us, of course. And then Palm is going to be taking it from the Rex side, which should be a bit more even with these rules in place. But you never know; it can go any way. So let's hop in and see what the players do with this matchup. It should be a riveting finish to this amazing set so far. All right, welcome everyone to the final game in this very intense Arsenal set so far. Obviously, as we know with this matchup here, Sattler versus T-Rex, the Sattler player must, according to the competitive rules guidelines laid out in the tournament document, the Sattler player has to play with their monitor off. So, Bryden, what do you make of this matchup, and where do you see it going?
Yeah, so I was surprised that Taylor didn't ask me for any advice before this because I've done this matchup quite a few times. But if Taylor had asked for my advice, step 1 you want to run away, and step 2 you don't not want to run away. So
Mm.
as long as he can follow those 2 simple steps, he should be able to pull this one off.
Yeah, I think that's a good analysis there. Everyone knows that the T-Rex can be quite scary, especially on a map like this. But because this was the neutral game, even though Rex got the map pick, Sattler did get position picks, so T-Rex won't get that devastating turn one of high ground attacks, potentially chaining multiple things into something like dinos, which you can't escape as easily as Sattler when you don't have any insight on the board yet, because some of your movement effects
Mm-hmm.
require um,
True.
you to have insight on the board, and another one requires you to win the combat, which against dinos that can be boosted doesn't work too well, of
Yeah,
course.
true. If you have no insight on the board, it's hard. You can't play those defenses that let you move to insight, obviously. But if you have no monitor as well, no monitor like BakedGoods, you could accidentally move into the T-Rex instead of away from the T-Rex, which is what you want to be doing in this matchup. So we'll
And we
see
see a
if.
very interesting strategy from Taylor here, actually moving the T-Rex off of the board during
Okay.
his own maneuver. Um,
Okay.
Something that a bit unconventional, but it might just work for him.
Well, this is the difference between a top 32 player like BakedGoods and people who drown in pools like you, Darkblade. So
Yeah, it's fair.
um,
Yeah. No,
if you had known these
it's really
strategies.
strategies like this. I mean, and you know, commentating with you has illuminated some of those things as well that I just don't think enough outside of the box. All right, and as we see here, the T-Rex did get moved by Taylor, but this has opened up new avenues for Palm here.
Yeah,
As we
so he's
can
on
see,
Baskerville.
yeah, T-Rex on Baskerville now, trying to make it back to Hanging Gardens with this boost. Um, and T-Rex is now in your house here. So a T-Rex in your house. I would probably get that checked out because it seems a bit dangerous. But
It does seem
um,
a little dangerous.
just taking a quick jaunt in there and heading back to the Baskerville map here, which will allow to reach the hanging gardens once again and staying on high ground. So if Sattler wants to come in, it's a bit scary for her.
Like T-Rex duplicated herself. I'm not sure if.
Yeah, see, what's better than one T-Rex is two T-Rexes, and when you're traveling multi-dimensionally, sometimes you don't come back quite right, and so being able to double yourself, in this case, seems to be quite a benefit.
See if Sattler / BakedGoods is able to maneuver this turn. How
Yep,
many cards
Sattler
do
did maneuver. We also see Taylor taking an interesting strategy last turn and not moving at all with the maneuver, so the insight don't come out. But depending on what you're looking at, you know, it might not be something that you always want to set up.
Very true. So he boosted with a 3, so he's going to be able to come in and be aggressive on the T-Rex if he wants to, which is something I wouldn't advise, but he has been able to buy himself some time sending the T-Rex to Baskerville. Let's see if he's able to find his fighter.
Does look like Malcolm is moving
Okay,
here.
so
Malcolm is taken off into Baskerville.
Okay.
Guess 6?
Yeah, he did move one too many, but there we go.
There we go. We want to keep, the competitive integrity in this game.
Yeah.
Just because the monitor is off, we don't want to, just throw in a bunch of different rules and let people cheat. So
Yeah.
it's good that they moved Malcolm back to space.
Yep. Always good to see. It's easy to overlook stuff like that, especially when you haven't fully memorized the board state. As the Sattler player here with the monitor off, can lead to some interesting situations. But Palm making sure to keep BakedGoods on track and make sure he's not doing anything fishy.
Yeah, we just want these close games because, as we all know, Sattler has a 99.9% win rate against T-Rex. So with Sattler's monitor off, you make it into a close 50-50, which is, what you want. You want a close, intense game, not a one-sided stomp. So.
Exactly. Yeah, it's always not the most fun to see a game that is too one-sided. It's something that you often shoot for during competitive matches, just because you'd obviously like to have the best chance at winning. So you'll take a really skewed matchup in your favor any day of the week if you're trying to get as far as possible. But from the viewer perspective, closer games are always the more interesting ones. So you see another maneuver. Sattler spreading out the inside tokens on Baskerville here, making sure that Rex is a little bit scared to reach. And there's one of the cards that normally you'd want to see used to deal some auto damage back, but with the T-Rex's large health pool and the ability to attack with reach, you're not always going to be able to use that to get auto damage. So the big boost value will help Sattler position where she wants here.
Yes, he is following the 2 steps very well here, maneuvering, boosting away to exhaust out T-Rexes should work.
If T-Rex can't reach you, then she can't do all that damage. And when she does reach you as Sattler, you have some pretty good defensive options. And this is an interesting note. You usually want to take full advantage of your boost values in order to not waste those large values early on when you might need them later. But when you're playing against Rex, for the most part, it's not going to matter as much. Plus, Sattler has a lot of pretty good boost values, both between her own cards and Malcolm's, so not the worst here to only use the 3 spaces. But we might see Malcolm take advantage of that larger value here to maybe get something going.
He's going to be getting his 4th insight on the board, which will help a lot. More insight, more heals. So
interesting to not see Sattler try to go to your house. It might have been a bit of a way to get away from Rex. The distance, I guess T-Rex is pretty close with this passageway right now, so never mind. That probably wouldn't have been great. Alright, and we see a attack finally come out here from Rex. Sattler not able to quite get away as much as she might have liked. But T-Rex, now back on Baskerville, seems to have coalesced back into a single form, so only one
Correct.
Rex attacking Sattler here, so not as scary as it might be otherwise.
I don't know what it is.
Am I moving it?
Yep.
What is it?
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's woman inherits the earth.
Let's go!
He's full health though.
He
So,
is full
it's
health.
actually-
Unfortunately,
it's actually
because this is
bad.
immediate, it's not the best time for this. Because the the damage will not happen first because of the timing on Woman Inherits the Earth.
He loses all of his insight, which is not what he wants.
So I take 4.
Yep.
Alright, but you take 2.
This is going to give Sattler another card though, so going to keep up with some card advantage.
Did he take the damage after combat from Reckless Lunge?
Not yet, no. So we'll make sure that that gets all squared away.
Oh, I can't see it anymore.
He could be playing a Sattler variant though, where you heal immediately during combat and after combat, and after the opponent's after combat as well.
What is it?
It's. I think we're back in business.
All right, back in business. Going to
Yeah, but it,
be a 6 right now, which is very good for Taylor here. Hopefully it's commanding impact.
Okay.
It is a Dinos, but that's actually pretty good too, because Dinos is not going to be able to win here. The highest Dinos can be is a 6 when Reckless Lunge gets used to boost.
Alright.
Yeah.
What now?
It's I draw a card, and then it's your turn.
That'll be Rex's turn. Going back into Sattler's turn here.
Assuming you're not adjacent.
In a spot that
Which
Sattler might want to
you're
start
attacking
looking
Sattler,
to head for those passageways.
I am gonna maneuver. Am I
Alright, we see a pin here with the two of them, and as we know, even when you have multiple boards out there, when you have a fighter pinned, they are stuck until you...
what is it?
until...
It looks like he's using the scheme.
Yes, so this is the
Okay.
best card in Sattler's deck, of course,
Yeah.
the future Xmas Malcolm. And, yeah,
Not just the effect, but the art as well.
well,
It's
yes,
all
of
just
course, I mean, the art is immaculate.
You're attacking lock the doors.
Alright, okay.
So he actually gets to place an insight in Dr. Malcolm's space.
Yes,
as well.
yes, well, yep,
Put
yep,
that there.
we got that.
Here, choose what defense card.
Now he has
I won't.
2 actions still, because he gains an action.
What is it?
Oh,
Ooh, that's not
Okay.
terrible here.
not bad. He's getting 3 heal.
Yeah,
So
and this will keep up with that card advantage we mentioned earlier. So,
Mhm.
You play.
3 heal. Terrifying roar on the
Terrifying roar.
defense, so no damage gonna get
Okay.
through, but that was the last action for Sattler this turn, so not...
Doesn't he get one more? Because that was
bad.
his first attack, and he gains an action from.
Well, no, he had to move first, so he maneuvered, and then he played the scheme, which
True,
gained an action, and then
true.
attacked, so
True.
that will be the
Very
last
true.
action here.
Attack Sattler.
Attack on Sattler here. Ooh. Alright, and yeah, we see here, Life Finds a Way,
That happens after combat.
card that
Oh.
normally you want to play as Malcolm, but Sattler using it here definitely going to see great effect. Also, hitting the 65 million years of gut instinct will
Okay.
result in a 3-value heal, of course.
Put Malcolm at 10. Fun. Alright. What are you gonna do? Attack me again?
So he is playing the Sattler variant, which is a little bit stronger, but he is playing with no monitor, so I think it offsets it a little bit.
Yeah, and again, when you're at this level of competitive play, you learn to do these little tricks to make sure that you give yourself the best chance of winning. Especially, like you say, when there's the situation of playing at that disadvantage that was implemented because of the 99% win rate without it.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
I'm gonna maneuver. Am I
He looks like he got hit with a commanding and took 3.
Yep. So back down to that 12, but still looking fairly healthy.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna attack you with this.
Okay.
Okay, so he's maneuvering and then attacking. It's a very risky play here, but with no insight on the board.
What is it?
Inherits the earth.
What did you play on defense?
A thrash.
Are you gonna boost?
No.
Right. You win.
Okay,
So I'm gonna
so-
draw a card.
Yep.
Gonna draw
So we
Both
see
gonna
1
take
damage
1 from
going in
Thrash.
because a 2 will beat the 2 innately without needing to boost.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, your turn.
And again, keeping up that card advantage.
He's maneuvering. He's afraid.
I will use
You
65
see a maneuver into a gut instinct,
and I will bring back a.
getting back one of those lunges.
Okay.
Okay. It looks like T-Rex is at 14, Sattler's at 15.
Pretty even for
Yep.
exhaustion right now, but T-Rex is going to ramp up. Sattler's been using a lot of those inherits to draw, so that's been keeping her up, but eventually that's going to start going more in the T-Rex's favor.
Okay, so he's doing a double maneuver,
Setting
moving
up a
out,
bunch of
moving back
insights.
in.
Yeah,
Yep.
maybe looking for that big illusion hit.
Keeping the T-Rex pinned.
Okay. What is it?
Ooh, and a really good one here.
If necessary.
Let's go! What'd you play?
Commanding impact.
It's going to be
Sweet.
2
You
to
Easy.
Sattler, 2 back to the Rex. Of course, the
Mhm.
Rex has a lot of health, so that's
Yeah,
not
it's a lot to get through.
it's not as much percentage there.
Sattler
as it
only
is.
has 1 heal left.
Yep, it's true.
Which is a little risky.
Am I over a card?
Nope. That's a card.
What is it?
It's
Ooh.
lock the doors.
Lock the
Let's
doors.
go!
It's going to be some more auto damage into Rex.
And I had a thrash.
Thrash, alright.
So I'll
Does have the Reckless Lunge to boost with, so that's going to be quite a bit.
deal.
So I take 5.
Is it 4? No, it should just be 4.
Well, it's 5 with the thrash, right? Unless I'm not in your zone.
Oh. Yeah, well, you get to move after combat.
I do. Alright, can I move Sattler out of the zone?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna get some insight for that.
Yep, so Malcolm's still going to take the 1 from the Thrash,
How
but
far do you want to go?
going to move
Mhm.
out of the zone here with Sattler.
Then yes, I'll do that.
Inside out now.
And you do 2 damage to me.
So you're at what, like 17 health?
21.
Right, you started 27. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Alright, my turn?
Yep.
Alright, do I have my deck?
No.
Taylor has a lot of these pro strats, but no one said he was ever good at math.
Correct.
Draw card.
Yep.
Card in.
Extremely aggro, which is very risky here.
Alright, I'll attack you with this card.
Okay, flip it. You didn't flip it. You moved your cursor away from it.
Oh, whoops. I opened the dictionary on my computer.
Down.
Taylor opening up the dictionary to make sure that he's understanding the cards in full. Sometimes there can be some ambiguities with their effects.
Playing healing when he has no inside out. Things
yeah,
like that.
yeah, things like that, you know.
Wait, I didn't win the combat.
Math and words are hard.
Yeah.
So we see hey 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 here, which allows the other fighter to move up to 4, so Malcolm gonna be able to move.
No, it's move your other fighter up to
No damage dealt to Rex, but not a huge deal.
I don't play Sattler.
Why does she have so many?
Must go faster is the card you're thinking
Must
of.
go faster. The gabagool. Alright, fine. I'm gonna move Malcolm.
Mhm.
Where is he?
So this effect could move Malcolm quite a bit.
Yep.
We'll see exactly where he wants to go.
Do I have him?
Yep.
4 spaces?
Yep.
Where am I now?
On my discard.
Okay, that's where I want to be.
All right. We see Malcolm has fled to the mansion.
I have the
Yeah.
He's in the
The
lobby.
lobby.
Yep. He's got quite a few doors that lead out here, so he's got lots of options on where to go next. Sattler's
'Cause
still
I really do think-
facing Rex here.
12, you have 12.
Yeah, I really do think BakedGoods needs to start running. He doesn't have the healing and defense to survive with only 5 health on Sattler. So.
Yeah. Yeah, Sattler following in Malcolm's footsteps
go.
might be a wise idea here
Go down.
shortly.
Or
Mhm.
right.
Now I do.
Yep.
What is it?
Regroup.
Yes! Alright, what'd you attack me with?
15,000 pounds of muscle.
See? See, I called it. It's alright. It's alright.
And a great block here. Regroup, you're going to be ignored anyway, so if you don't have the feint,
Mhm.
this is at
Yeah,
least
it's a
giving
good
you some more
play.
cards back.
Yeah, this is looking like a strategy that only a top 16 player can pull off. Maybe if BakedGoods signs up for the next tourney and makes it to the top 16, he'll be able to pull off this dark monitorless technology, but as it's looking now,
No.
it's looking pretty dicey for him. 2 health, 1 healing card
One
left.
of the many T-Rexes.
I believe.
Yeah,
I
it's not
believe.
looking too good.
What are you gonna do?
Closer than she appears.
Okay.
We see a closer being used here. Get Rex out
Okay.
of that melee range.
Get out of that pin.
Attack.
Okay. Where's my discard pile? Alright, I'm gonna defend with this.
Okay. It is a good move. I didn't expect him to know about this trick, but
Movement shift.
Okay, so I go to -1, but then I flip your top card. What is it?
It is momentous shift.
What
okay,
the
so he actually
fuck?
goes back to 1 health.
Yeah.
So
I
This
heal.
is
barely-
gonna
I'm at
let
1 health.
Sattler survive, and it's gonna put Malcolm back up
I'm
to
at
10.
1 health. Life
Yep.
finds a way.
I mean, my attack would have brought you down farther than just a -1.
What was
Wait.
I? But I was at 2 though, right?
Yeah. And I
Two.
attacked you with a 5. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a defense value on your card.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm
Seems
alive. at
Taylor
1
not the
health.
only
Is it
one
my
bad
turn?
at math.
Yep.
they both are.
Okay. How many cards do I have in hand?
But
an
as
even
BakedGoods
matchup
says,
then.
life really did find a way. So
It's
we'll
true.
see if
It's true.
All the
see if he's
insights on
able
the
to pull
board.
this out now.
Yep.
And what are you at? Like 19 health?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. One turn kill coming up. All right.
Sattler with quite the hand advantage here could be going for a big swing with a couple different cards. The back in business, of course, would be a 6 after this maneuver, and then the
Oh, well,
illusion will
you
be a
said-
7 since all the insight are on the
All right,
board.
am I on it? All right, I'm gonna attack you with this card.
Okay. I'm not gonna defend.
What is it?
It is.
And there it is. We see an illusion going
Nice.
undefended by
7
Rex.
value
That's
illusion.
a 7?
Yeah.
That's a 7.
Very big hit there. Huge swing for Sattler.
Business,
Oh,
baby.
yeah.
Although that's a different card. All right, hit me.
Okay.
Dare you?
I attack you.
Okay. What am I over?
The future X Mrs. Malcolm.
Oh, I want to play that. I'm gonna
Yep.
play it. I play
Alright.
it.
Okay.
And that's going to let Malcolm switch with Sattler and take the defense
Yeah.
for her, so Sattler's now in the lobby.
He played under Sattler's helm.
Yep.
They swapped. Okay.
I still get to draw 2 though, right?
Sure.
Okay. Where's
You do, and you get to place insight.
Yep, and this will actually,
and I get an
this
action.
will also
So it's my
give,
turn, right?
yes, this will also give Taylor an action here on the T-Rex's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna maneuver.
Yep.
And I'm gonna boost my maneuver with this card.
Okay, you're hovering over your deck. There you go. You boosted with sexism in survival situations.
That boost is what, like a 1?
2.
Let's go. All right, where's Malcolm? He's on.
Alright, we
10.
see Malcolm currently not
There you go.
Down.
able to use that card to great effect.
Right. You went too far down.
So we see he's the boost, decent 2 value boost,
What do I have?
especially
Mhm.
since some of the 3 value boosts are some of the more valuable cards on the deck.
All right.
See where he takes Malcolm.
Maneuver.
Okay.
Alright, and we see Malcolm here hopping over the T-Rex, going through that portal, and ending up somewhere in the Pacific Ocean at the moment.
Okay, so it looks like he's going for the bait T-Rex into the ocean strategy, which is something usually top 4, maybe top 8 players do. So this is surprising coming from BakedGoods, seeing as he's only a top 32 player. So
Yeah, it's, practice paying off, I suppose.
yeah,
Alright, I'm gonna ripples to move here.
he's rippling
T-Rex,
into the water.
Yeah,
Literally.
very apt choice here.
I just wonder. It's a very risky move because dinosaurs can't swim, so
Yeah,
he's going down right here. This is
this
the
is
play.
like the last ditch effort.
Oh, closer than she appears.
Oh, she seemed to be closer, but she was actually at the Tokyo port here.
Oh, okay.
What did Ripples take?
I don't know. I didn't flip it. I can't flip it. Oh,
Oh, that's a big hit.
Life finds
Whoa, it took
Life
his
finds
healing.
away, losing the
Ooh.
second life finds
But I
away.
maneuver
This
again.
is what he needed. But it looks like he didn't draw into a or an attack.
Yep, just having to
One
maneuver
space
again.
away.
Still safe in Tokyo at the moment, but
Hmm.
You
not
have
gonna
If
be for
Sattler and
long.
Malcolm can make their way across the Pacific Ocean into North America, they might be able to, take asylum there and be able to hide from the T-Rex.
And actually, an important thing to note is if they can make it to Chicago,
one.
that
Mhm.
is
I have 7.
that is
I have
a
7.
very
Lots.
notable location for Taylor.
Where's my deck?
So I think that he can't
You're
lose if he
comment,
reaches it.
Correct.
A little to the right. Yep.
It's not like taking that maneuver. We'll see what strat she wants to do. It is quite a trek across the Pacific.
Okay.
Going to go in and attack instead.
Yes.
Okay. Not for the
It's like Yanenga's are.
drown the T-Rex strategy.
Yeah, a lot of people see it as a bit cheesy. It's in the same kind of vein as like Wukong Clone Wall or playing Electra.
Yes.
Uh,
Mhm.
some players just like to prove that they're good enough to not rely on such degeneracy.
What'd you defend?
Yeah.
You're just making her angry.
Uh-oh. Alright. What card is this?
You never had control. That's the illusion.
Alright, we see a pretty
Wait, is
pretty
that a
decent
7?
sized attack right now.
No.
Or is it the
Wait.
0?
It's a 5.
Those sites should have been here before. So technically.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Palm is
Yeah.
right. Catching that would have had the insight when moved into the ocean. So, it is going to be a 7 into the current 1 for the T-Rex.
I survive if I don't boost.
That is right.
Rex would
But
survive
try
at 1.
something.
Yeah. I am gonna boost with the ripples.
Going to boost with the ripples though.
I still have 3 health.
3 health.
At this point, it'd be way too dangerous to use ripples. End up in the drink yourself. So,
Okay. What now?
just using it as a boost here.
Now I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
All attacks. Malcolm.
Malcolm.
Ooh, going for Malcolm
He's
here.
going for Malcolm.
He
He wants
often
to
the most
assert his
dangerous.
dominance.
Wait, I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if Sattler goes down, you know,
Face down card.
What about
You
now?
kill the
might-
girl, you
exactly.
want to be able to kill both the girl
Yeah.
and the guy.
Yeah.
You can't just kill both. You can't
Because
just kill
if
one
you
enemy.
if you leave Malcolm alive, he's gonna get revenge at some point.
Correct. He'll come back like an anime character.
Mhm.
I don't know.
He'll train up for a few seasons and he'll come back and one shot the T-Rex. So I agree with Palm's play here.
Okay.
What about now?
All right, concept of attraction
Concept of attraction.
does still have a
Okay.
an insight back on Baskerville. That one was not
Mhm.
removed.
You were at
True.
7,
But I thought
so I maneuver. And I draw for turn.
so you had 3 cards.
All right, T-Rex
How far away am I from you? 1 space.
One space, yeah.
currently bridging the
To attack me.
Am I over my deck?
gap between
What about now?
No.
What about
the
now?
mainland
What about now?
of Asia and Japan.
No.
What about now?
No. Oh, you got close. You want to go a little left.
Teetering on a very
A little down.
precarious positioning here.
Yep.
Correct.
Draw.
Really close health totals and deck totals. Sattler's at 5, T-Rex is at 4. So as you can see here, if Taylor had his monitor on, it would completely be over. But due to the fact of, his monitor is off, it's been a really close game.
No, you're holding your.
Really epic game too. It's, we've gone from Hanging Gardens to Baskerville to the Mansions of Madness to Taylor's house and to the Pacific Ocean and Dragonlandia.
You're
So
just making her angry.
What I attack with?
You
Oh, this is huge.
attack with must go faster.
this is very
Okay.
huge.
What are you boosting with?
Am I boosting? Okay, I'll choose not to boost it.
Okay.
All right, not boosting
so I
here.
get to place my
So
fighter in any
T-Rex
space.
will survive.
I'm moving Sattler to Chicago.
Oh,
Okay.
Taylor finally going for it. Must go faster.
He's going for the exhaustion play.
Yep, he's made it to,
That's 17,000
Chicago.
points.
and he's right there in his
Nice.
house.
So does that mean the T-Rex drowned since I'm not on an anchor?
It says place Dr. Malcolm and
Yes,
Sattler in any
yes,
space.
it does.
So I think this.
I get 10 points.
And because Taylor made it to Chicago and knocked the T-Rex off balance, it's going to be basically as much damage as you can get with the T-Rex slowly sinking
Correct.
deeper
Because
and deeper.
because mathematically, for the T-Rex to get over to Chicago to reach Sattler, that's about what, at least 10,000 maneuvers. So he
Yep.
would be at minus 69 to 1 health. So
Yeah,
it's a
with
very
those,
close game, very well played by both players.
Those little arms not quite able to paddle across the ocean back to North America. We see, in the meantime, the T-Rexes have taken over Hanging Gardens, so at least they've got a bit of a community going there. It'll be interesting to see what Sattler and Malcolm get out of their studies in future against those. Alright, and that'll wrap up the set between Taylor and Palm here. What a finish. What are your thoughts, Bryden?
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of top players use the Pacific Ocean strat, but seeing Taylor use Must Go Faster to move both of his fighters to safety in Chicago was a mind-blowing tactic I've never even thought of.
Yeah, I've got to agree. Well, it looks like we have the players in here. So are you ready for the interviews with them?
I actually can't do the interviews, I'm sorry.
Oh, all good. You got somewhere to be?
No, I actually just don't really feel like it. See ya.
He always does this. Can't work with him. Can't. Alright, and with us here we have Palm, who was on the Rex side of the final monitor off match. How do you feel after those games?
Physically, I feel fine. Emotionally, not okay.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Delving into a bit of the strategy, I imagine you felt pretty good after getting the win in Game 2. But
Yeah.
what was your approach for the T-Rex Sattler match? Because obviously it's quite hard on Rex normally, but with the rules stating that the Sattler player has to have their monitor off, do you feel like that helps you even things out a bit?
So running on my high from the best pool match, going into Sattler and T-Rex with monitor off, I think it was actually more of a liability for me because it gave me this ease where I thought, okay, it's gonna be an easy win without his monitor on. That led me to make a couple big mistakes.
Yeah, speaking of mistakes, I think that one that we noticed during the game as commentators was not utilizing the extra T-Rexes that you had. You kind of stuck with the one, whereas maybe ganging up one Sattler might have been a bit more fruitful in the long run.
When I first duplicated my T-Rex, I knew just having one wasn't gonna make much of a difference additionally, but then I got my third facing the same direction. And when I should have done a coordinated attack pattern, I decided to just keep going in with a reckless lunge, and I got rid of my other T-Rexes, thinking I had it in the bag. Because I did come off to a pretty strong start, and then it just went downhill from there.
Yeah. As soon as Sattler was able to use those passageways after getting onto the Baskerville map, you know, let her open up those doorways to the other planes of existence and really start making it difficult for Rex to keep up. Because even though you've got those big boost values and stuff like ripples, there's only so much you can do when the opponent's traveling such far distances each turn.
Yeah, like the first turn where my T-Rex got maneuvered far away, trying to get back, I got lost in the passage, then I found my way back, but I just ended up putting myself in a pretty bad position.
Yeah, that's fair. The interesting thing to note was, and actually one of the plays that I really liked from your end, near the end, was the ripples from Baskerville into the middle of the Pacific Ocean, or at least what looked like the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Fortunately, you avoided the Rex having too much issue with the water by immediately using closer to back off into the port of Tokyo, which let you stay on land while still using your reach to attack Sattler and Malcolm. Do you think that if you had hit maybe something better with the discard there, it would have let you finish things out since it was so close at the end?
It was close. I don't think I could have asked for too much more than a life finds a way. Um, I kind of wish I double rippled.
Hmm.
That's really what I needed to do, was ripple earlier so then I could pull a second card.
Yeah,
But unfortunately, with only 2 actions a turn, it's hard to do that.
yeah. I actually, now that you mention it, the second ripples, if that had hit something like the must go faster, which was the final move that allowed Sattler to uh, place herself and Malcolm back in Taylor's house in Chicago, um, forcing you to swim across the Pacific. And as we know, Rex just, those little arms might have some powerful legs, but those little arms don't really help you keep much buoyancy, and so eventually you're gonna exhaust out while trying to swim across, and then you've got other problems as well.
Yeah, the biggest problem is since you can't boost while swimming because it's not a maneuver, it's a swim, as we all know. The T-Rex just doesn't have the movement to actually get through that.
Yeah. Well, I think it was a really well played set, and despite a couple small mistakes here and there, I think that you proved that you deserve to make it to this point in the tourney, and I think you should be pretty happy with the performance, all things considered.
Yeah, we'll just pretend that last game didn't happen, and I'll keep riding high on my win with Best Pool.
That's fair
Thank you.
enough. Yeah, hope to see you back next time. Thanks for the chat, and best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you. Same to you.
All right, and with us we have the winner of today's match, Mr. Baked Goods. How you feeling after that pretty intense set?
I am feeling absolutely drained. They say you only use 10% of your brain, and turning your monitor off allows you to access the other 90. So I'm operating on wavelengths I haven't operated on before, and it's really taken a lot of energy. I've consumed about 12,000 calories today, and I'm just about to go get 12,000 more at Five Guys after this. So I'm feeling like I can smell colors right now. I'm in a whole new world like Aladdin.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that both Bryden and I really had a great time watching just some of the really out there strats. I know that he commented a few times that you know, if this is the type of play that you move forward with, then you'll definitely make it to top 16 next time.
Yes, I've started unlocking my third eye and using kind of niche strategies that haven't been explored, such as playing schemes on your opponent's turn or using healing to resurrect your hero from the grave. Kind of the like forbidden tome of unmatched rules, but as you are well aware, my name is in the back of the core rule set now, so I do know what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and everything I did today was in fact legal. So it's just exploring, pushing the boundaries, towing the line in the sand, and seeing what you can get away with.
Yeah, for sure. I know that I talked about it a bit in the interview with Palm, but um, going for the play right off the bat to get Rex away from you and into Baskerville, I think really set the tone for making it difficult for the T-Rex to reach you, which, as we know, is what T-Rex needs to do before she eventually exhausts out. Um, and you had a pin going for a while. What were you kind of thinking there? And when did you know that you had to break it in order to not die yourself?
Well, you see that's a very interesting conundrum because I was playing mind games upon mind games, right? The first turn, I pretended to not be able to move my characters around really well to kind of lull Palm into a false sense of security. So I was just like, all right, we're gonna double maneuver in place. So he thinks, okay, I can just run away. So he runs away into Baskerville, but that's exactly where I want him because as we all know, the pin is mightier than the sword. So I activate my trap card, pin him, and now suddenly the tables have turned and he's the one that can't move. So It's all part of my 5-dimensional play, thinking 5 turns ahead into the future. But really, the only turn that matters is the one you're playing right now. So it's all about just drawing your cards that you need when you need them and playing them in the exact order that you want. Such as when I played my Women Inherits the Earth at full health, because that's the play he would never see coming, and it allowed me to get Malcolm up to that crucial 10 health threshold.
Yeah, we saw that. Not only that, but I think a really key moment for me that I called out in the moment was um, using the future X Mrs. Malcolm scheme on Rex's turn to block when Sattler had so little health left, allowing you to switch Malcolm from the lobby of the Mansions of Madness back into Baskerville, taking the hit, drawing cards to keep up with the hand advantage on Rex, and allowing you to take that action during Rex's turn. Do you think that was like the main turning point of the game at that point?
Oh, completely. It's a reverse Achilles heel, and we all know, especially you and me, how excellent that card can be in the right situation.
Yes,
And
indeed.
people say that the Malcolm scheme isn't good, and I say it's the best card in the game.
I think
so.
you proved everyone wrong today with that play alone. So, yeah, moving into the end game, being able to take the uh, the spot in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, knowing that T-Rexes can't swim that well, um, ended up letting you escape from the initial aggression that Palm was trying to do for the last like little push there to get Sattler down. But we saw the ripples use very wisely, allowing to reach back and contest there near the end. But the final play, of course, using the must go faster to secure the win by porting both of your fighters to Chicago. Is that kind of just the icing on the cake and cherry on top of a very intense and very well played game? Kind of bringing it back to your roots and being able to win with that.
So yeah, as we all know, I'm a big fan of Chicago, and I just think getting the home field advantage for the first time, that match really just secured the victory for me. At that point, there was nothing Rex could do, and Palm was kind of just going through the motions. I would also like to point out it's 420 right now. Blaze it.
Nice. All right. Well, I don't know if we can get much better than that. So, thank you for the interview and best of luck in your future endeavors.
It was 420. All right. Well, thank you so much, Zach. Once again, thank you for streaming so much. I could not have done this without you and the other wonderful participants of this tournament, including my wonderful opponent, Pommedepin. And I would just like to thank the Academy and thank Bryden for really just unlocking this strat for everyone. Because once the community as a whole sees this, I really think we're going to go into a whole new era of high-level unmatched gameplay.
For sure, exciting times ahead for the competitive scene. So definitely looking forward to seeing how that all pans out. Awesome. Well,
Thank you
enjoy
so much.
your copious amounts of calories at Five Guys, and we'll see you next event.
Wonderful. I mean, I won't see you because my monitor will be off. But
Fair,
yes.
fair, fair.
Perfect.
You'll hear me next event.
Yes, I will hear you.
All right. Have a good one.
Take care.